What's happening, folks? Back with another music video reaction this time, and we're back with a very special one. Indeed, I'd like to start by giving a big shout out and a happy birthday, which just passed, for a great friend of the channel, Adam Solo, who has his own Patreon channel as well as a SoundCloud. And indeed, my friend Mr. Solo is a producer, makes a lot of different types of music, a lot of it electronic, but also some ambient and other like world music styles. So yeah, a diverse producer and one who in the last few months has been experimenting with and making tracks with the 303. And those who know me and my YouTube and Patreon will be aware I'm a longtime aficionado of acid music, especially acid trance and acid techno, but also some other styles like Sybient and hardcore and others that utilize the sound of the Roland TB-303 and or its software and hardware clones. So yeah, Solo has made a series of 11 tracks where he's been exploring the acid sound, and though he has talked to me about how in some ways he regards the 303 as a bit delimiting or a bit prohibitive in terms of what it allows for creatively, I think he's learned to harness its sounds and sequences quite well. And of the 11 tracks he made, the one I wanted to start with is the 7th in the series, which is called Electronic Squirrels from Mars, a very amusing name, and one which I think, at least in part, relates to a great friend of both of us, which is to say Kim, as well as a great friend of many people on my YouTube and Patreon as well. And yeah, her logo on YouTube, and I think here on Patreon as well, is a squirrel. And so in this music video, also made by Solo, we see space imagery, which fits very much with the cosmic feel of this trance-style track, but also interposed and juxtaposed with images of squirrels. So there's a bit of humor and comedy, which fits very much with Mr. Solo style if you know him. So let's give it a watch. This is the music video for Adam Solo's track Electronic Squirrels from Mars, part of an 11-track series that he made in relation to acid music. You got some of this imagery, Mr. Solo, but this kind of shot is great. Like, I would totally believe this was from, you know, the modern version of Cosmos, like the Neil deGrasse Tyson Cosmos. It has like a really good look, and you know, I would believe that in a sci-fi show. Layered unfurling of the tune, we have that rich and almost heavy acid riff, we have the kick sort of coming in at half speed, and now this like trancey melody. So I like how the track begins to build itself up piece by piece. Love that, like, I don't quite know how to describe it, and I wrote a long comment on this track when I first heard it, and I forget exactly how I described it, but there's this like ice tap sort of rhythm that we heard a little bit of there before it shifted into the next section now with like this sort of scraping metallic sound. But I love that little tapping rhythm, and as we see the Valles Marineris here, we also see an electronic squirrel as promised by the title. also that deeper and heavy rhythmic bass line. I like that in conjunction with the more constant and like churning style of the acid layer. That is Olympus Mons right there, the tallest volcano in the entire solar system. Or just tallest mountain more generally, I believe. Longer melodic sweeps. I don't know if they're like technically pads, but they're, you know, sort of across the whole bar. I enjoy those. Definitely add some more depth to the overall melodic composition. Sorry to pause so much, but the intensity, the ferocity of that snare, I had forgotten about since the last time I listened to this. It is really a smashing snare. I like a lot when the track cleans up like that in a couple different spots. And that, the way the 303 just sort of fades off like that, the track in general reminds me of, you know, a lot of, I'm friends with some of the producers of the acid techno and acid trance that I buy on vinyl and have played as a DJ over many years. And, you know, I've seen behind the curtain in some cases, and the way they work, they'll sort of be working on a section and they'll working on a section and they'll sort of like, you know, they'll stop everything and it always sort of like fades out like that. So I like, there's a real like in the moment type of feel to the way the track ends too. I dig it. So yeah, when I first heard this, it was my favorite in the series. Now I've gone back and forth as I've listened to the 11 tracks over which one I like, and because they have some different styles and some different genres, I feel like it's a bit apples and oranges. But when it comes to like a driving acid trance type of tune, this one is, I think, maybe the winner. So yeah, I really enjoy this. Looking forward to going through the other ones. As I said, if you didn't know, Solo runs both a SoundCloud and a Patreon where he puts up music and indeed music videos. So I'll try to put a link to both of those in this video description if I can remember. So once again, shout out to Han Solo. Happy birthday to you. Let me know what the rest of you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.